Alright boys, good morning. Today is Friday and we finally got the dash cam to work, which is beautiful, right? So we haven't done this in a very long time, filming ourselves while we are in a live trade. And yeah, it's just good finally getting the dash cam to work while also doing this video, right? Live trading, just so you see the emotions on my face while I potentially lose or I potentially win, right? The moral of the story is having a poker face. I mean, not actually showing a poker face, but just internally, being neutral, right? Regardless of winning or losing, you have first of all already won because you have executed your edge. That's the most important thing. And then just simply detached, right? Because if you are getting excited upon winning, then overconfidence and all of these errors will start showing up. And if you are, getting upset by losing, then fear will start showing up and fear of missing out and so on. There are, long story short, there are a lot of negative effects that come upon, celebrating wins or being mad about losses. Alright, so you just gotta be neutral, bro. Cool, I've won. That's why I'm trading. I'm here to execute my edge, and I'm very much aware that edge will eventually play out if I have, a longer echelon of trades, right? Losing streaks are a natural consequence of trading, right? One. Then two, you must use those losses as feedback to improve your system, right? That's what they are, right? Losses must be feedback, and at the same time you must understand that everything can be perfect about it, a setup, you know everything, right? Confluences, technicals, fundamentals, everything just absolutely textbook, and that trade can still lose, right? Because trading is a great game of probabilities, and you must understand probabilities, and you must accept that trading is a probabilistic has probabilistic outcomes. Cool. So with that being said, we are currently running in this AUD card short setup. Beautiful trade, absolutely textbook, and it's pretty much a re-entry, actually a better re-entry of yesterday's position. As you can see, yesterday's position got absolutely demolished, right? Price moved strongly against the trend, having formed overall a higher time frame lower high, plus a broader liquidity grab, precisely as I was mentioning in yesterday's chart breakdown. So our thesis got fully unvalidated by a strong upwards move, right? Strong liquidity grab, potentially charging the next leg down, right? That's the higher probability, so that's our trade. That's our edge, right? The higher probability. And we identify that by using multiple methods. I mean, not methods, but we have multiple confluences, right? Multiple reasons for us executing on a trade. And as you can see, we have our checklist right here on the right side of the screen. These are the reasons for us taking the trade. And on top of that, we have the environment and the fundamentals both supporting our trade. What do I mean by that? So first of all, fundamentals. We have oil prices smash, right? We have a permanent blockade. Trump has affirmed that blockade in the Strait of Hormuz, which is blocking every single ship that tries to pass by from passing by, right? So that has been in place for several weeks now, and it can last for several more months, right? And that news alone took oil prices to the all-time high in 4 years. Not all-time high in 4 years, no, so a high in 4 years, right? So we are looking at $126 per barrel. That's a lot of money per barrel, right? That's a high price for oil. And so that narrative supports the Canadian dollar. On top of that, yesterday we had a very strong, actually I have to show you this, very strong move on CAD JPY, actually on all JPY pairs. This is the one I have on my watch list, CAD JPY. So even though we had CAD, the Canadian dollar, being very strong, being supported by the high oil prices, that did not matter, because guess what? We finally had the Bank of Japan intervene. I talked about this yesterday. We finally had the Bank of Japan intervene, and so we were about that point yesterday, and then price just, bro, that's insane. So we had around, where is it? So we had around 29 days of price action, 29 days, right? Almost a month being engulfed in one day, right? Huge drop in huge pump in JPY, right? And so that overall was dragging, was making all institutions sell their risk proxies, so like AUD and NZD risk currencies, to cover up for their JPY margin calls, right? So there were a lot of long positions on this pair right here. There were a lot of long positions, and upon having this insane drop, a lot of those got stopped out. A lot of those positions had to close their proxy positions to cover up for the margin calls on this right here. So that overall made AUD increase, right? AUD increase yesterday. We had a significant pump in AUD yesterday. Price had grabbed liquidity from above the main AY, forming this beautiful 1 hour evening star formation, yet that was being provided late in New York yesterday, and so I was not interested in trading during the night, and so I simply decided to stay out, letting price show its true intent, and then executing on it upon having today's London session kick in. And that's precisely what we have done. So as you can see, price was consolidating on the upper side of the main AY during the night before picking up on some bearish momentum, having the 4 hour form this beautiful, once again, evening star formation, liquidity grab, evening star formation, doji followed by bearish engulfing, rejecting the 4 hour EMA, rejecting the neckline of the beautiful 4 hour double top right there, and also rejecting the 4 hour previous structure point, lower low, lower high, beautiful rejection, entry signal, go, anticipating price to create a new lower low. So that's the higher probability, but we have went for a conservative take profit. Since today is Friday, we will have the markets close. I'm not trying to hold over the weekend, so we will simply take the double bottom scenario. So price can also form like a double bottom for our double bottom, potentially reversing. That's a probability, but that's the safest conservative take profit placement. Of course, the complete opposite can happen. We can have price just fully unvalidated RRD idea, but that's my point, right? That's probabilities. The higher probabilities, obviously, because of all of the reasons I have just mentioned, it's obviously for price to dip, but price can absolutely pump, right? We have traded the higher probability, so we have one, regardless of having price validate the lower probability, right? Which is beautiful, right? And you must fully accept that. That's trading, that's how it goes. You have business expenses just as you do in any other business, and so you accept it and move on to the next, right? Executing your edge mechanically. Cool. So beautiful price action. Then if we zoom in on the lower time frames, we can see the fact that first of all, that was our entry signal, right? 15-minute beautiful shift of structures. You can see London tapped in with a strong bullish upwards move, right? That was the liquidity grab, having price break above all of those lower highs, that were aligned during the Asian session. So Asian session lined up the liquidity for London to grab. London grabbed the liquidity before having the actual move, right? We are anticipating continuations of this move. Beautiful lower time frame bearish trend being established. Beautiful higher time frame bearish trend being established. 4-hour bearish trend. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Cool. 30-minute. We can also see overall that price had formed this beautiful big broad head and shoulders pattern, right? It's visible the best on the 30-minute time frame. So left shoulder, head, right shoulder, right? Beautiful head and shoulders before having the downwards move, and we're anticipating continuations of this downwards move. As you can see right now, we are having a pullback, but that's just natural. That's how price moved. Now hopefully we do not have a deep pullback, having price grab liquidity, but we might have, just a lower time frame, lower high, potentially retest of the previous structure point, right? Before the downwards move, right? That's the higher probability. That's how this trade makes sense. I mean, it's just absolutely textbook, right? It's actually a lot better than yesterday's position. Yesterday's position was still edge, but this time it's just beautiful because it has the massive liquidity grab, the lower time frame liquidity grab. It has all of these liquidity grabs favoring our short plus the fundamental context and the environment, because I was mentioning this yesterday as well. That's not the kind of environment you want to be trading in. Obviously, chaotic price action, a lot of inducement, a lot of liquidity grabs on both sides. Just stay out. Then we had the fake out upwards move. Right there. Price had faked out upwards breakout. A lot of buyers came in. A lot of sellers got stopped out. Overall liquidity gathering before having the actual move to the downside, right? I mean, this is just a textbook way to illustrate this concept, right? Consolidation market, stay out. Wait for the liquidity grab. We had that. Then wait for the move. Now we were waiting for a daily bearish shift of structure to take shorts. That's why we did not act on this move. But then we did yesterday upon expecting a continuation of the strong downwards move. Obviously, price needed a strong liquidity grab to the upside. That's precisely what we had. Liquidity grab, strong liquidity grab to the upside. And now we are expecting the continuation of the downwards expansion. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful price action, right? Yeah, this right here is a textbook trade. Yeah, so lower low, lower high, liquidity grab, lower low. Simple as that. Just beautiful. Regardless of the P&L result, by the way, right? You must celebrate execution, right? You must not celebrate, but emphasize with execution, not with P&L results. I've been consistent in the gym, but nutrition is not yet on point. I will not mention why, but nutrition is not yet fully on point. It will be soon though. Cool. So that's our AUD card setup. Beautiful setup. And meanwhile, we were actually sending outreach emails for our AI Link website, right? We went over the demo, we went over everything, but we have not received our ready to go mailbox yet, right? These guys have not been responding in 48 hours. They have not yet solved my issue, right? We are trying to start this sequence, start sending automated outreach emails, right? Using this software. But as you can see, I'm not really a priority for them. 48 hours and no response. And that's because we are most likely that's because we are using the free plan, right? And so support for free plan is not really a priority for them yet. Hopefully they respond. Hopefully we fix this mailbox issue. Long story short, there is a bug. Every time I'm trying to finish the mailbox, right, configuring the mailbox, it says 40% completed. And that's because we have this configuration issue, right? Opt-out link. Basically is trying to make me enable this option, but this right here is a premium plan option, right? And so I cannot complete it. When I click complete, it says your current plan does not support email tracking, and so I cannot complete this step. Therefore I cannot complete the mailbox. I cannot get it verified and ready to go for the sequence. Therefore I cannot start the sequence. So it's a reinforcing loop, right? This is a pretty common issue with Apollo. That's why we are simply waiting for their support team to respond. Not anything else we can do. But meanwhile, it says has been linked, but when we close, as you can see, it is not completed. We cannot start the sequence, unfortunately, yet. So that's that. But meanwhile, we have been sending emails, right? Manually sending emails. That's what we have been doing. Today is the National Day of Work. I believe that's international.
Let's be honest.
Everybody's outside drinking, right? They have free from their jobs. They have a free day. Now, I'm really not trying to do that, bro. I'm working on myself. I'm working for myself. I'm building this. I haven't taken a single day off since I've started this journey a year and a half ago. I'm not gonna take a day off now, and I'm not gonna take a day off at all, right? I'm working on myself. I'm enjoying it. Now, that doesn't mean I don't have freedom. Yes, I'm putting in the effort. Yes, I'm putting in the hours, a lot of hours. But at the same time, I have freedom, right? For example, today is currently 2 p.m. I've been working since 8 a.m. I'm trying to finish early today, right? Get outside in the evening at about 5 p.m. Just be outside and enjoy the day. 5 p.m. Usually we are in 8 until around 7 to 8 p.m. Right? We are working, bro. We are building, bro. We are building, bro. We are building, bro. And we will win, bro. It's only a matter of time before we win. Cool. So we have this outreach systems. Manual. Unfortunately, it's manual at the moment. We are finding our leads, targeting home services, niches, and we just create a tailored offer for them. I said set it up for a free 14-day pilot. If it doesn't find you 3 extra jobs, you don't pay. Right? Just the offer has to be so good that the business owner, that the potential client feels stupid for not taking it. Right? 3 extra jobs, potentially three potential extra jobs with a 0 cost. Well, I'll take that, right? I mean, it's just you must have a good offer to get sales, and we are just learning about all of this stuff, right? We are still at ground zero, rookie level. I'm aware about it, but we are working on it, bro. We are working on it, and before you know it, we are here and here and here and here, and we go through the moon, bro. To the moon, I'm telling you. It's just a matter of time. Utilized wisely, of course. Cool. So that's gonna do it for now. As you can see, we are running in a bit of profits. I'm actually gonna pause this video and I will be back with a decisive move. We'll see if we have that by the time we leave the house. If not, I'll just end the video there and we will see what happens. 15-minute had formed 3 beautiful dojis, minor lower time frame lower high. It looks like right now it wants to head for a new lower time frame lower low, right? 1 hour, it's about to close in 1 minute as a doji. That's not quite ideal, but it doesn't look bad neither. As I said, we might have a pullback before the full expansion. In 1 hour we have New York tapping in. That should bring in the momentum required for us having a decisive move, either to the upside in our stop loss, either to the downside in our take profit. Yeah, I'm actually gonna end this video now. Beautiful. I will be making an update on this trade and actually a whole resume on the week. Tomorrow it's Saturday, full day at work. The day after that it's Sunday, full day at work. We're building, bro. We are building, bro, and it's only a matter of time before results start showing up, bro. Just trust the process and just keep going. Keep striving for greatness, brother, because you are meant for it and absolutely nothing less. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, bro. Let's go.